Welcome back to Hardcore Heroes, everybody. Our issues have been solved, and where we last left off, Van was restraining a goblin.
Yeah, so I grabbed the goblin. We're still on. I grabbed the goblin. I'm gonna hold him back while Malachi does whatever he's doing. The one who was speaking common.
Right.
Does Van need to roll to restrain him?
If you're just grabbing him, he doesn't really. Well, yeah. You're gonna need to make an attack.
I'm gonna try and pin him on the ground. I think is my clear.
No, you need to get him away. Get him away.
He resists, so you'll need to make an attack roll.
All right. Is he on the ground or something? Do I get a bonus?
Yeah, he's on his hands and knees and he's hacking. So I'll give you a +2.
So +4 total. 24.
Oh, you whatever sort of grab you want to have on him, you can have.
I want to I don't know. I guess put him in a headlock. I want to put him in something that's meant to restrain him so he can't move.
You get him in a headlock.
Okay.
All right. Start to step back and tell Van to get out the way.
Yep. I step back with this guy in a headlock and move away from the group.
You drag him away. How far away do you drag him?
How far?
About 40 feet.
All right. And then I go 80 feet.
All right, so you're basically at the wagon now with Jeeves.
Yeah, I'll take him back to the wagon. I'll say, Jeeves, can you help tie this goblin up?
Yes, sir.
All right. I step back 30 or 40 feet and then fireball the goblins.
Roll some damage.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Maybe get a 16 or higher. Oh my god.
Oh.
Technically, some of them could survive this fireball.
Yeah.
There were, what did we say, 8 goblins?
There's 7 now.
Right.
God, that is terrible.
7.
I've rolled quite bad on the whole fireball rolls, actually.
Oh my god. 3 of them roll natural 20s on their saves. And take half damage.
They're still gonna have 6 life though, Neil.
Yeah. But they could have 7 life. They could have 7. 1 in 8 chance. Nope, they all die.
Great.
All of the goblins fry. The chaparral in the area in the blast of the fireball goes up in flames instantly. And just the heat dynamic kind of swirls around and you get these flames that are being fanned and kind of licking the sky. But you guys are good 80 feet away from it.
You said the chaparral. What's that mean?
Chaparral is low-lying scrub.
Okay.
You really see it in desert type terrains.
Okay.
So I turn around, wide-eyed, and stare at the one surviving goblin.
Yeah, just Google image chaparral, Chaparral. You get a lot of it in Southern California.
Yeah, sure. No, I understand what you mean.
Sure. You get that out in Washington too.
Yeah, I'm sure you would get it in Eastern Washington.
Yeah.
Any sort of arid, deserty type place.
Don't think you get it in England.
No, you're too wet out there.
Yeah, you're basically Western Washington.
Yeah, so I turn wide-eyed, staring at the goblin with a manic look. Start walking towards him.
So did Jeeves tie up this goblin?
Yes.
All right. I kind of lean him against the cart and I say, "Where's your other base in this area?"
He's still puking and coughing up. Well, he looks and just sees his family and friends burning in the distance. You see tears streaming down his eyes, whether it's from the noxious fumes or from the death of his beloveds. You can't tell.
Van says, "You can mourn for the dead later. Truly, I wish no harm to come to you, but my friend back there, the one who burned all of your friends to death, he's not quite so forgiving, and I can only hold him back for so long. So I suggest whatever you know, you tell me."
Let's see. Morale check with some serious penalties. Oh yeah. He collapses kind of into a quivering, sobbing mass on the ground and starts spilling out his story to you. That he was hired. Well, he is a sub-chief for his group. That he reports to the Great Chief, and the Great Chief has made a deal with a human.
Right.
And the human has paid them a large sum of money to harass the road. They can take whatever they find, but to continually harass the road, the East Road. Well, what you guys know is the East Road. He calls it something different. that he brought his people out of the soggy hills to come do this task, and that they've made a good amount of money coming down the chain from the big chief.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is this big chief?
Big chief. Big chief out there, he says, pointing deeper into the ashlands.
Take us to him.
Big chief. Big chief big. Many goblins.
Another goblin let us out here in the first place, and I let him go free. You'll notice there's no dead goblin around here, only the charred ones from the burrow. If you take us to him, I'll let you go free, and I want you to go back to the soggy hills with the message.
What message?
Tell your group back in the soggy hills that we destroyed your burrow out in the ashlands, and soon your chief will be dead as well. If they continue to harass the roads, we'll come out into the soggy hills and kill the rest of them as well.
He nods.
Okay.
How many goblins are with the big chief?
Big chief, little chief, goblin.
20 goblins. And do they live in a burrow?
Malachi, I have a spell that you might like.
Yes.
I can put you to sleep for a quick hour, let you get your magic back for the day.
You want to deal with this big chief today?
I want to get this done and get out of here as quickly as possible.
Very well, I could do with a nap.
All right. I'm going to sort of set the goblin up somewhere. I'm just going to keep watching him for the hour, but I'll let Nick go into the back of the carriage and just cast nap on him.
Okay.
So he is down for 1 hour.
And I guess I'll just relearn the same 2 spells. Stinking Cloud and Fireball, I'll learn that back.
Okay.
Oh, and just unsleep. Yeah. So it takes me
2 hours?
An hour. Yeah, 2 hours. An hour to sleep and an hour.
Okay. 2 hours later, it is well past noon. It's getting on towards evening, maybe like 5 o'clock or something. The sun doesn't set till 8, and out here in this kind of flat area, it doesn't get dark until the sun sets. So the goblin will lead you to the big chief.
Awesome.
Can we get there tonight?
Yes. He says it's an hour away by foot, and the goblin travels roughly at the same speed as your carriage out here.
Awesome. So I drop that.
You know, that's a lot of goblins, man. I say.
Well, that's why I decided to let you take a quick nap. I imagine the magic you used earlier would come in handy for this. And anything that you don't kill, I doubt they could even hit me.
Well, I'd just be careful of that big chief. He sounds, I don't know, at least maybe threatening compared to the others.
It's been a while since I've stood into melee combat with something big. I've been missing it.
All right.
All right, so I used Strength of Stone earlier. I have to redo my spells from the power outage.
Actually, could I learn different spells, Neil, or not? I don't know. Do you think Flaming Sphere would be better than Stinking Cloud? Sort of roll it down the burrow. Nah, the cloud's probably better, isn't it?
Yeah, keep the cloud. Keep the cloud.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, he leads us there. I tell him to stop a decent distance out. I want to have I don't want to literally walk into the place and then let him go. I want to let him go a decent distance away.
So, what do you define as a decent distance?
In eyesight, Malachi, do you have? I can't say hush hush to him. I say, do you have invisibility today?
Yes.
Could you cast it and do a bit of scouting when he says that we're nearby? Confirm that we are where he says we are.
I'd rather save it to escape danger. Should I get surrounded?
Damn, we should have casted it while you were still... How long has it been since we started walking?
It's been like 45 minutes.
You said, like, if we could rememorize spells within, like, an hour of waking up, would he be able to cast Invisibility now and then rememorize it?
Sure, yeah. Sounds
All
fair.
right.
Okay. I'll do that then. I'll cast Invis, put my book on the ground, or on the other side of the carriage seat. Relearn Invis.
Okay.
And then, yeah, when we get there, I'll go and take a look.
Yeah, so I want, like, in eyesight so we know where we're going, but, like, a pretty long distance out so it's not clear that people... Like, unless they have a good lookout watching in our direction, I don't want them to be able to know that we're coming.
Right. Goblins are notably nocturnal creatures, and their eyesight in bright daylight is pretty bad. They also fight in bright daylight with a -1 to hit.
It is still daylight then.
Oh yeah, it's still daylight right now.
Okay. So I'll. Does he point out the burrow
He
to me?
does. He points out the burrow and explains to you that there's a kind of like a dip in the chaparral out there where there's an old dry creek bed, and that the burrow is kind of a cave in the side of the creek bed. He also tells you that there are 2 secret exits that he doesn't know where they are, but that all goblin caves, well, most goblin burrows have multiple exits in case of emergency, but he doesn't know where the secret exits in this cave are.
Okay. So I'm going to go looking for the entrance and the 2 secret exits if I can find them.
Sure. The entrance is not too terribly hard to find. You notice this kind of creek bed as he was talking about, and there's a section where it does dip down significantly, and there is a little hole in the side that looks goblin-made. But also, you notice outside as you're approaching this are 2 dogs being held on leashes by a goblin. And the goblins seem to have picked up your scent, but they don't know where you are, but they're...
Okay.
Sure, okay. I back up when I see the dogs.
You're still about 150 feet from them.
I'm going to take a wide arc and try and get round behind it and look for the secret exits.
Okay.
Back at the carriage. Actually, I guess I'll wait for Malachi to come back.
You are walking around looking for these secret exits when your foot plummets through a piece of brush and literally into a hole, like landing on the top rung of a ladder. You manage to pull yourself out, and sure enough, here is a secret little hole built right underneath this large bush.
Okay, how far away is it from the main entrance?
About 150 feet.
Is there any, like, rocks around or anything like that?
Yeah, there's small rocks.
How easy would it be to, like, fill this in? Not easy.
Very difficult. You'd need like a shovel and a couple hours. Maybe an hour.
What about like pulling the ladder out?
Yeah, you can pull the ladder out.
I'll do that then.
Alright, you pull the ladder out. It does make some noise getting out of there. The bush in the way and everything, but you already made noise by stepping on it.
Yeah.
But you have pulled the ladder out successfully.
Alright, like toss it away. And then I don't know, how close was I to like falling all the way into that thing?
Not too terribly close.
Okay.
Your foot landed right on the top rung of the ladder.
I'll go and search for the other one.
You do not find the other one.
Okay. All right. I'll head back to the carriage.
Van, it's been about an hour before Malachi shows back up. What do you do during that hour?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that once Malachi comes back, I don't do much besides say to the goblin, once Malachi is back and he says that, he verifies the information you gave us, I'll release you. But if I see you running anywhere besides back toward the Soggy Hills, I won't hesitate to kill you.
He nods.
All right. And then I think aside from that, we just kind of wait. I don't have much else to do.
Right,
Malachi shows back up an hour later.
Okay.
All right. I found the entrance and I found one of these secret entrances. There was another ladder. I pulled the ladder out, so they won't be getting out of there easily.
Even if some get out, we can always hunt them down. We are faster than these creatures.
Sure, but there's going to be a fair few of them, Van. We don't want to underestimate them here. And there's one guarding the entrance with a couple of dogs. What kind of dogs were they, Neil?
They were smaller dogs, like medium-sized mutts. And
I'll say, well, before we start discussing this, and I kind of turn and I untie the goblin and tell him to go.
He takes off.
Yep. And I say, well, I've memorized Entangle. We could always use that as a way to keep them from getting too close. You have Stinking Cloud. You can throw a fireball at them. I favor our odds in this encounter.
All right.
I think what we should do, we should keep a certain distance away. I'll throw the Entangle in front of us, so if they charge at us, they get caught in the bushes.
Well, let's follow my footsteps. I suppose I'm leaving, like, it's dusty, right? You can sort of follow the dust of me walking.
Yeah.
Just give me your hand.
All right, but stay low. I want to get within sleep distance of the goblin and the dogs, which is...
Should I not just
30 yards?
Alert them?
Sorry?
Should I not just be seen, alert them?
Yeah, but I could Stinking Cloud inside the burrow if we can get to the entrance.
Sure.
So I'll go and get within 30 yards, maybe leaving Van like another 30 yards back, and cast sleep on the two dogs and the goblin.
Okay. So by the time you get back to the entrance to take a good look at it, you notice the guard and the dogs are gone.
Okay. So let's take our chance now then, Van.
Sure.
Let's go up to the entrance and I'll cast Stinking Cloud on it.
All right.
And
yeah, I go up behind him, get ready to sort of take the front as soon as he casts it.
Is there any rocks or something that I could hide behind once I've cast it, Neil?
Not really. So you're in this little gulch. It's maybe 15 feet wide, maybe 8 feet tall. The door, the entranceway to this thing is maybe 5 feet high. So it's not, it'd be uncomfortable for you guys to hang out in there.
I'm imagining,
not a lot of
right.
rocks to hide behind. Looks dark in there.
Does it... Okay, so inside... Or, sorry, between us and the entrance, there's, like, thick bush and grass, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Not grass, but thick bushes.
Okay, yeah.
Can we cast the spell and then clamber back up the side back to the high ground?
Totally.
Yeah, let's do that. We don't want to be down there when they're all surrounding us with bows.
Well, okay, so if they came out of the entrance, they'd have to, like, literally climb up a sheer, like, wall.
It's not sheer, it's a sloped gulch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to have my bow ready, and yeah, I guess we'll get ready.
So you wait with the dogs up there. I'll go down and do this.
So
I'll have my bow ready.
This is the gulch, and you got the hole is on this side, or the cave is on this side. Are you standing on the top of this side, or are you standing on the top of this side?
I think you're left.
Do you want to be looking down on top of them, or do you want to be looking across to them?
Probably, if we go around to the top,
we can shoot into the entrance.
Yeah, but the secret entrance is probably back the other way.
Yeah, if we are facing if we're positioned so that we can face into the entrance and shoot into it, where would the secret entrance that he found be in relation to us?
Just behind,
sorry,
right?
I missed that.
So
the slope.
Let's say on your left, so that we can see into the entrance and shoot at it.
Okay, so you want to shoot from this way.
Yeah, so where would the secret entrance be if we did that?
The secret entrance, the one that you saw, is further over here and down. So it's maybe like 100 yards down the creek towards the east, and then like maybe 20 yards, 30 yards inland.
I know we tend to avoid it, Neil, but could we get maybe a small diagram?
Feet.
We don't have to mark enemies on it just to get a lay of the land.
Preemptively, while you're working on it, though, Van will say, perhaps we should just set up here. I doubt they would keep both secret entrances close to each other. They'd probably want them to go in opposite directions. Better their chances of escape.
Yes. You keep hold of the dogs. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Sure.
So we've got this gulch here, which is a dry creek bed, really.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little cave entrance over here on this side. And then way down over here is the secret entrance. That's a hole in the ground.
Okay.
And this distance should be about 150 feet.
And presumably the burrow, sorry, excuse my drawing, is something like, I'd imagine it to be like that.
Perhaps. From what you can see looking into it, you can only see like a path going in, but it's very bright out and very dark inside, so you can't see very far.
Okay.
It could be, any shape really inside there.
Okay, so I think then Van is standing like here, right?
Neil.
Sure.
So, what is the range on the bow? Is it 80 yards for short range?
With a sheep arrow, I think it's 50 yards.
Let me figure this out. Basically, I want to be at the max range for short range shots.
Okay.
I don't have purple worm open.
So, I'll cast shield on myself, Neil, and then head down the burrow.
Into the burrow?
Head it down the gulch and cast Stinking Cloud into the burrow, and then scramble back up the hill to get next side to side with Van.
All right, so Stinking Cloud will break your invis.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Here we go. Equipment.
This is our skirmish soundtrack. Here we go.
Longbow.
Okay, you cast Stinking Cloud. It goes off without a hitch, and there is a general choking and gagging sound from within the burrow.
Oh, it's 150 feet, Neil. So yeah, 50 yards.
Yeah.
Scramble back up the. Actually, what even is the range on Stinking Cloud? I might not even need to get.
30 yards, I believe.
You kind of want to get it inside though, right? So you get as much area.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. 30 yards is 90 feet, though. It's probably. Well, whatever. I go down, I cast Stinking Cloud, and then I run back up the hill.
Okay. You make it back up the hill.
Mm-hmm. And I wait.
All right.
And I'm scanning to where I know the other entrance is, and also to the other side. I'm looking like I'm expecting there to be goblins coming from somewhere else.
Let's just clear up one thing, Van. You said you want to be at max short range, right?
Yeah, so 150 feet from the entrance.
So to still be able to see the entrance, you're going to have to be like 150 feet up or down the gulch. Because if you go back, you won't have line of sight because
they're going to be scrambling up, though, right? Okay, I'm going to do this on the assumption that they're scrambling up the hill.
Okay, so that way you can be 50 yards.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Chiefs to take the carriage away from me, like get it away from us, away from the entrance. And then I'm just going to stand. I probably can't see right into the entrance, but if they come out and peek their head above the hill, I can just start shooting at them.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna put you way. I can't grab this layer. We're gonna put Van like way back over here or something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be next to him as well.
Yeah. So you just run back to me.
Yeah.
All right. Stinking Cloud goes off. You hear some of the choking sounds coming from within, and you wait.
Okay, be ready to react if you see them coming up from another entrance.
I don't know. I kind of want to be able to see the entrance, because if they're all like bundled outside the door, clutching for breath, that's the perfect time to fireball them.
And let's move.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I guess we'll like reposition to get that. That was probably a good idea from the start. So yeah, we'll reposition to get a better view of the entrance.
Okay.
So maybe like here.
Sure. You guys
Where
move
you put me
closer,
originally.
downstream a little bit,
Yeah.
and wait. And the choking sounds have stopped. You could only hear them when you first cast the spell, Malachi.
Yeah.
And kind of silence. Some of these fumes kind of start wafting out of the cave.
Wisdom check to see where else it's coming out.
Sure. Give me some wisdom checks.
Pass.
I can't see the what's going on.
What?
I think I hit it by mistake. Fail.
All right, Van, you do see something off in the distance. I think most people would probably recognize it for just a bush blowing in the wind, but something about it pings to you.
Does it?
On the opposite side of the gulch and further up. So it's like way over here. It's like the exact opposite direction of the previous hole.
Wonderful. Malachi, let's head to the other side of the gulch.
All right, let's go.
So we're gonna position ourselves. So we're still roughly 150 feet from the entrance, but on the other side, probably won't make much of a difference. Since
Excuse me, sorry.
All right.
so we just want to get across to the other side of the gulch.
You make it to the other side of the gulch, and sure enough, there are goblins crawling out of this hole.
Marvelous.
Puking similar to the last ones. Malachi, would you please roll me a d4 plus 1?
Yes. 2.
Not ideal.
No. But how many of them are there, Neil?
Hold on 1 sec.
It's 2 rounds once they leave the stinking cloud.
Right.
Just in time.
Score. So you can't really get a good eye view of them. All this chaparral is blocking your view, and they are short creatures, and they are on their hands and knees. So you can see a few, maybe 5 or 6, but there's definitely more goblins coming out as well.
Okay.
And that's good enough for me. It's probably gonna start a fire, right? So I'll just cast the fireball.
Wait. If I see him start to cast, I say, "Hold on, Malachi. Let's wait for a few more to pile up." And I'm gonna tell him to wait with the dogs and watch the entrance, and then yell for me if he needs help. I'm gonna run over and wait for more to come out and cast Entangle once more.
Where are you gonna run to?
Toward the secret entrance, or the secret exit that they're leaving from.
Okay,
I want
so
to get close enough to cast Entangle, and I'm getting the range for you on that right now.
So you're gonna run over there and cast Entangle. Right, okay.
Yeah. And then I'm telling you to wait with the dogs and keep an eye on the entrance.
The main entrance.
Yeah, the main entrance where we are. And then I'm running over, and Entangle has a range of 80 yards. And I just want to get it so that it's centered right on the hole, and 40 feet in all directions from the hole. Or I guess not just cute, but roughly 40 feet in all directions from the hole.
Right.
Have the Entangle going off.
Okay. The Entangle goes off. You can see goblins being choked and now grabbed by the bushes around them.
Alright.
I was hoping to hold that until more came out, unless they start running away. Because I'm waiting until they either start to scramble away from the hole, or until there's more than 10 up there.
By the time you get over there, there's definitely more than 10 already.
Okay, then I'm gonna go and cast Entangle.
You cast Entangle. You hear shouting in Goblin, and you can see some of them that aren't entangled, because Entangle doesn't hit them all, pointing towards you, drawing weapons and then hacking on the ground again and feebly waving them in your direction.
Alright, is that my cue then? If there's more than 10.
Yeah, Malachi. Are there any at the entrance?
I take a look over my shoulder.
Quiet.
Alright, this is it.
It's time to fireball them. And I run back to take his place with the dogs to keep an eye on the entrance while he just fireball these goblins who are all entangled in the brush.
Alright, roll some damage dice.
Alright, this one's gonna be better.
Hard to be worse.
20.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, even if they pass, they die, so
It's also centered on the hole, I assume. So would it go down into the hole and get the ones who are trying to climb up still?
20 feet in all directions.
Yeah.
A large blast goes off in the desert. Dust kind of shakes. There's a bit of a shock wave that ripples out from it. You see the bushes inflamed. You can hear the cries of dying goblins all around.
All right.
It takes a moment for the fire to clear.
All right. I'm going to
probably most of them.
Run up to the entrance. I assume that I didn't see a really big looking goblin, like a hobgoblin or anything. It all just looks like small goblins.
You didn't see a hobgoblin or any of those when you were over there last.
Okay. So I'm going to run up to the entrance.
Which entrance?
The main entrance.
Or actually, oh no, the stinking cloud's still going off, isn't it?
Yes.
I guess we'll wait for a second and see what happens.
Yeah, we wait here.
Okay.
Is it on fire?
The secret entrance is on fire. Well, the bushes around it are on fire, but it'll burn out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to them. So a few minutes pass. I think we could probably stop the combat music, actually. A few minutes pass, and the fires are still burning. It looks like some of the other chaparral in the nearby has caught, and the fire is starting to spread across the ashlands.
Oh shit, I forgot this place is prone to fires.
There's a reason it's called the Ashlands. Place is prone to
it was
fires.
just post-nuclear apocalypse.
No. This place is famous for burning in huge swaths.
We might want to get the fuck out.
Well, I want to wait and see if anything else starts coming out. If it looks like it's rapidly approaching us, then I think we'll GTFO. But otherwise,
Well, let's see which way the winds are blowing.
Oh, fuck.
8, 7. The winds are blowing. Well, no, the winds blow towards the ocean. That's why that's the firewood over there. So the fire blows towards the east.
Okay, so we're all right.
yeah. Then I guess we're just gonna wait and see if anything else comes out.
It doesn't seem to be the case. How long do you wait?
Has the stinking cloud ended?
Well, it ends after 5 minutes, so I think.
Yeah, stinking cloud
Okay.
eventually dissipates.
We wait for 15 minutes.
I think after the singing cloud is dissipated, I'm going to go over to the hole and see, like, I'll ask Malachi if I can borrow a staff for this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the staff, run over to the hole, see what's dead all around.
You see the charred corpses of about 12 goblins scattered around the hole.
Down the hole?
No, around the hole.
Down there. No, like, if I stick the staff down the hole, what do I see?
Oh, because you've got the light on staff. You see the hole drops maybe 15 feet down. There are the charred remains of a couple of goblins stacked down there.
Okay.
And that's all you can see. The ladder has burned up.
All right, then I'm going to run back over to the entrance. I'm going to say, I have a feeling the chief was not one of the ones caught in the fire.
Yep, he's probably still in there, but we can't fit him, right?
No, I'm going to see if I can taunt him out. And I'm going to give him the staff back. I'm going to draw my shield and scimitar. I'm going to walk up to the entrance and just start shouting into it to provoke this hobgoblin. Or I assume it's a hobgoblin because he said he's really big. So I'm just going to shout, "Come and face me, you cowards!" And just like start shouting obscenities, start taunting goblins and hobgoblins, and start talking about how they're rubbish and cowards and useless.
Right.
Nothing but human slaves.
Malachi, where are you during this?
Like behind Van.
Okay. Can I get a... Let's see. No, you are not surprised by what's coming out towards you.
All right, I've still
Can
got
I
shield,
get
by the way.
An initiative from you
It's a
guys.
dragon.
I'll roll it since I'm probably actually in danger.
I think I've done more of them.
1.
Oh, nice.
Yes. This week is great for initiative.
All right.
What do we see coming out?
It is a pack of dogs.
Oh,
Oh,
wonderful.
no.
I cast Unfailing Premonition was what I was going to cast. I'm
Is
not going
that
to
a
change
full
it
round
last
cast?
second. I don't think so, but I'll double check. I assume it's just a regular cast time.
Nope, yeah, regular casting time. We're good. All right.
How many
Unfailing-
dogs are there now?
You can see that there's a 4.
Okay, I'll cast sleep on them.
Okay, 2d4.
I don't want
That's
to
20
fuck
rounds.
I
By the
don't
way.
want to fuck around with dogs.
Yeah.
But 3. Shit.
Dogs are 1+1 hit die. So that hits 3, right? Sleep.
Yeah, it's up to 1+1 per.
Okay. So
Yeah.
3 of the dogs pass out. The 4th one launches itself at Van Helsing.
All right. 20 AC or 21 AC to it.
Natural 1. The dog makes a leap at you, grabs onto your shield, and then like slips off of it, and, like kind of tumbles around beside you, like you've seen an attack dog, like they leap at someone, grab them, and drag them to the ground. But he just grabs your shield, slips off it, and tumbles behind you, back
Okay.
towards like between you and Malachi.
All right. Is
Is
it
it a way for me
initiative
to
again?
go if I was going to kill by dogs, wouldn't it?
That'd be hilarious. It is initiative.
All right. I'm gonna roll this one.
Like
Right.
Ramsey fucking Bolton.
You guys tie with the dog.
All right. I'm going. So I like to imagine. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
The one scene where they're sieging the city. I think it's Meereen,
Mhm.
and Dario goes to fight their champion. And he charges at them with the horse, and he just throws the knife into it. And the guy like falls to the ground and is slowly getting up, and he just cuts him down.
Mhm.
I want like that scene with the dog where it just slips off the shield and falls down, starts to get up, and Van Helsing just tries to chop its head off.
Right.
Is it prone?
No.
Okay. 20.
All right, the dog gets up, goes for a leap because you guys are going simultaneously, but you hit him mid leaping towards you. Roll me some damage.
9.
You slash the dog's head off. The dog crumples to the ground in a flop.
I look to Bear and Wolf.
They are. I mean, I guess you're physically restraining them at this point. Otherwise, they would be attacking.
Okay, so they're all right then.
Yeah.
I understand.
Also, coming from within the cave, running at you are 2 goblins dressed in crude chainmail with short swords.
Right.
They're coming out through the tunnel towards you. Malachi, you can go ahead and act, but since you guys are going at the same time, their attacks will resolve regardless of what you do.
Sure. Is that one clearly coming towards me?
They're both coming towards Van because he's blocking the entrance.
All right, I'll cast Magic Missile, 2 against 1 and 1 against the other.
Okay.
So first one.
One of them hits Van Helsing.
Really? 21?
Natural 20, baby.
Damn.
+2 for back attack and whatever other crap goblins got.
So 7 and 5 damage.
Wait, they got back attack?
Well, because you turned to fight the dog.
Oh, okay.
Because he came
Yeah.
between you and... But natural 20 hits regardless, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, 7 and 5 damage.
Yep.
Both. Oh, okay. I thought you said both of them hit for a second.
No. You drop one of them. The one who hit Van survives and
How much did I
deals 2 points of damage to Van Helsing.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. They both survive.
Okay.
I did not read the book closely enough.
So I'll let the dogs go as well, Neil, now.
Okay, the dogs jump after them. Go ahead and make attack rolls.
Oh, before we resolve this, I forgot to roll the D100 for my action. Should I go and roll
Oh.
that to see if I didn't slash the dog?
Please do. Thank you.
I did it.
Fine.
Okay, do they go 1 against each?
Yep.
9 and 18.
18 is a hit.
5 damage.
Alright, that rips the one that bit Van Helsing to shreds. That
Alright.
stabbed Van Helsing to shreds. And we roll initiative.
You do it.
My turn. 9.
It was gonna happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
Tied initiative again.
Oh wow.
Alright. I'm gonna.
The one on
Roll
Van
my
Helsing
D100.
takes a stab. Wild miss.
Alright. So I'm gonna try something here. And I'm going. Well, first I have to roll my D100. I pass. I'm going to try commanding this guy. And I command and say surrender.
Check here. He gets a saving throw, right? Or is
Yeah.
command no save?
I think it's. I'm pretty sure he gets a save. I'm checking right now. Command. Save none. If he understands it, he has no save.
Oh wow.
He does understand, and he drops his weapons.
All right. I want to like whack him on the back of the head with like the pommel of the scimitar. Just try and knock him out.
Is he bigger than the other one, Neil? This one?
You can make your attack next round because it's a command is an action. It's a full thing.
Oh yeah.
Is he bigger than the other goblin? Or is one
No,
of them
these
bigger
two
than
are
the
both
other
about the same size.
Okay.
Van Helsing, would you please make me a saving throw versus spell?
Sure. I get +2 for my spell save, by the way. For the unfailing premonition. What is my spell save?
I'm running short on spells, to be honest.
So my spell save is a 14, so I need a 12 or higher. Pass.
Nice.
Sure.
Well,
Yep.
All right. A scorching ray of heat streaks out of the sky. You manage to step out of the way just in time to avoid it from burning you to bits.
Awesome.
shit. What is it, Neil? What cost it?
Sunscorch. I recognize
You
the
can't
spell.
see.
Oh.
It's something.
Where did it come from, though?
I
It came
shout.
from the sky.
Alright, I shout, Malachi, draw your staff. I want to lead into that cave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm carrying the staff with the light on. I didn't take it off from when Van gave it back to me.
Okay, cool.
The light's still on.
Do I see inside to what casted?
Yes.
Can
Well,
I see
you
him now?
go. Wait. So Malachi, you do what with your staff exactly?
I'm just holding it. I mean,
Sure. Let's roll initiative for next round and deal with that on the next round. Initiative.
I haven't acted on either of the dogs.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, make the dogs act then. And
Well,
take
can
your turn.
I see the thing? The cast spell?
No, you cannot, because whatever it is inside the cave, and you're behind Van. I guess you could walk up to the cave and stick your staff in if you'd like, but that would expose you.
I'll just pivot around. And what do the dogs do? Because I guess it's up to you what they do.
Van, you killed the last guy, right?
The guy who surrendered, I
No,
haven't
he
done
surrendered,
anything. So that was
right.
my action.
So the dogs probably ripped that guy to shreds.
Sure.
All right, so
Yeah, that seems like what the dogs would do.
oh, they both miss.
Nope. They grab his chainmail in their teeth, but no effect.
Shit, if I'd known they had a cleric, I would have saved that command.
So Malachi,
So I
you're
start-
standing to the
I-
side and holding your staff in.
Yeah, I start to pivot so I can. I'm still behind Van. I'm just trying to get a look inside the cave.
You can dimly see maybe 20 feet into the cave. There is another goblin. This one's not dressed in armor, but has kind of raggedy robes about him.
All right.
All right, well he's getting
Initiative
magic
time?
missiles.
Yeah, initiative.
Whoa, magic missile.
Yeah, magic missile.
Oh, because you're... All right, go for it.
Sorry, Neil. I'm gonna kill you, goblin son. 11.
It's not too bad, actually.
He
you might live.
lives.
Okay.
All right. So initiative,
Yes.
5.
18 math real quick. 5. And their initiative is 3.
All right.
Okay, well,
He goes-
here's your chance, Neil. Oh, you never healed me, Van. Oh shit. I've only got 10 health.
We'll be fine.
Probably.
All right, Malachi, I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell, as the goblin points at you and chants some strange words.
Do I recognize these words?
Fail.
Do you have spellcraft? I think so.
No. Oh, do you need that to recognize chanting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Malachi, you are hit by a bright, warm beam of sun that streaks out of the sky towards you.
I don't think it'll do enough to kill you. Hopefully.
I fucking hope not.
You take 7 points of damage as the
Alright.
sun burns you and kind of shreds the clothes on your back.
Our turn.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh no, that's 2 undead. Okay.
Whew.
Undead take 2 point per caster level. That would have done a lot more. Living victims are also blinded for D4 rounds.
He's level 7. Holy shit.
Who said he's level 7?
7 damage if it's
No,
2.
it's 1d6 plus that. I recognize
Yeah,
this
it's
as a
D6 plus
player.
1 per caster level.
Right.
I probably recognize it as a cleric as well.
I think you recognize it as a sun scorch spell.
Yeah.
It's something in your wheelhouse.
I might even have it, honestly.
I think you do.
But-
You tried it recently, I think.
No, I did Flame Blade. That's the only fire thing I've done.
Okay.
Maybe I have it. Let me check.
Is it?
No,
my turn
a
now?
different party tried sun scorch. I'm sorry, my mistake.
I do not have it. But so what I'm gonna do for my action, I'm just gonna immediately, I'm gonna like yell at the dogs, like rip him to shreds, and I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna cast Cure Moderate Wounds on Malachi.
Okay. Cure Malachi, and the dogs will chase after this guy.
Wait, there's still one more goblin with chainmail alive.
That's
No,
true. That's
they
who the
didn't.
dogs are
That's awesome.
attacking still.
I thought they did that last round.
They've missed.
They didn't kill him.
Oh.
So I'll attack him. 10
Nope.
miss. 7
Nope.
miss.
This-
No,
Alright,
the dogs are failing us.
Van
Alright.
Helsing, cast your healing spell.
Yeah. I guess I'll just, after I cast, I tell you to get behind cover.
Oh, nice.
You have at full health.
10 HP for...
So can I sling him and then get
you
out
are
the way?
blind. You can go ahead and make a sling attack at -4.
Go for it.
Yes. It's been a while since I've had to kill things with my sling, but I make a habit of it.
Van helps point you in the right direction,
No.
but
Oh,
your
so
bullets
sorry, I
bounce
didn't even take off
harmlessly.
the ball. That's a 5. I go back out of the way of the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Initiative.
My turn.
Alright.
6.
Okay, you guys go simultaneously.
I'm gonna
Again.
charge down the hall and cut his head off.
The one remaining goblin is still blocking the entranceway that the dogs are fighting.
Okay, can we have the dogs go first to resolve whatever happens?
Sure.
Alright. 18.
Hit.
And If he kills him, will the other one do something else, or will they both?
I think they're both going after him right now. Dogs are not the
That
most
makes
intelligent of creatures.
All right, well that's just one hit anyway. So 5.
They rip him apart.
All right.
All right.
So with him like on the ground, can I get over?
Sure,
and,
you
like,
can do a leap over the dogs, but the tunnel is only 5 feet tall. And you're how tall?
I am 6 feet. So I know I have to like slouch over in the cave. I figure I'll probably have some sort of penalty to hit in there.
Yeah, because the scimitar is a slashing weapon, so you want to
It's
stab.
pretty
with
wide
it.
though, right? It's reasonably wide, like because you don't need a huge amount of space to navigate a weapon because most of your movements are with your wrist. With
But you
with
still
a
need
scimitar.
like room for the weapon. If the cave's only 3 feet wide and the goblin's
Yeah.
in the middle, like you need. I'm gonna say with a scimitar, you're gonna get some
You
pretty
can stab
heavy
with it.
penalties to
You
fight.
can stab. You can stab with the scimitar.
Yeah, but it's not meant to stab. So I'm gonna give you this -2 to hit for fighting in close quarters with it.
That's fine. I will still charge in.
Okay.
I assume I can get there. Like I know I have to get over the dogs and everything, but
That's not a problem. You get in, but you notice the shaman inside is also backing up. You can outrun him, and he's not going that far. So you make it in. It's dark in here. It's really dark. There's no light.
Malachi
source.
does the staff though.
No, because I backed around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. Can
So
I like hold it at the entrance?
well, we're gonna say it's not pitch black, so we're gonna give -2 for darkness, -2 for awkwardness in here. So it's a penalty of 4 to hit.
So D20 -2. 4. That's
All
gonna be a
right,
miss.
you try and stab at him. It doesn't work. He pulls deeper in, just beyond you.
Is it my
Actually, you
turn
know what?
now, or have
I take that back. Because he's going in, you're chasing after him. You actually do enter into a larger cavern. So just the -2.
If I'm going
for
through a doorway,
darkness.
I would stop. If I'm going through like a doorway, I want to stop there.
Okay, it's not quite a doorway. It's just like a. But it's a.
Does
there's
it
no
look like
door,
it winds
but
up
yeah.
into a big chamber?
You can make the attack from there and miss him. That chamber is dark though, like pitch black. You can't see
if
anything
it's
in there.
totally black, I'm gonna like put my shield up and not move forward. I'm gonna wait for Malachi. I'm gonna say, Malachi, I need you.
Can I act, Neil?
Yes, but you are still blind.
Follow my voice.
What do the dogs do?
The dogs are. This is still the same round where they're ripping that guy to shreds.
Okay, then I mean, if I'm blinded, I don't know. What do you say, Von?
Follow my voice. I need you behind me. I need light.
All right, then I mean, if I can, I'll try and make my way into the cave, but I guess it's going to be pretty difficult.
All right. You can feel your way down the cave with the light.
Okay.
As you come into the cave, you know you're ducking down, shining this light in. Van Helsing, you see that there is a large chamber in here, and you see the shaman, maybe 15 feet before you, and behind him is a much larger goblin. He looks to be about 5 feet tall, maybe a little bit bigger. He'd have trouble coming in through this chamber, through this tunnel himself, but he's in like a more excavated area. He's got really good, like nice bronze chainmail on. Looks like it's taken from a human warrior, maybe. A shield, and he carries a short sword made out of steel. And he comes up to you this round, up towards Van, saying in common, "You human, you will pay for what you have done to my tribe." No, he slashes or stabs at you with it, and it is deflected by your shield.
Can you just drop me down to AC 19? I keep forgetting to roll the D100, so let's just worry about that next combat.
Sure.
And just drop me back down to 19.
Well, we'll do it next initiative, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Initiative this round, and make your 25% check now.
Okay.
I'll roll it. 3.
Party goes first. Nick, your vision restores.
I do take my action.
The dogs can
is
fit
it-
in here, right?
They
So I'm
can fit, but
going-
you guys it's not that wide, so
Yeah, so
the
what
dogs
I'm
will be
saying-
stuck behind you.
Yeah, so are they the only two in this room that I can see?
Yes.
I enter.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh, the dogs come in behind me.
Yeah. The dogs can't move until Malachi moves in the room. It's a narrow corridor, and these are big dogs.
All right, my
I
plan
can't push
is just
myself
go
up
up.
against the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna force my way in. I'm gonna take an attack at this hobgoblin.
He's not a hobgoblin. He's still a goblin.
Oh,
Okay.
he's just a really big
He's just
goblin.
a big goblin.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I will take an attack at the goblin.
For my action, I'll cast Invis and walk into the room.
Okay.
So
Roll the hit, Van Helsing.
13.
It hits his armor with no effect.
Okay.
Malachi, you make your way in. The dogs you can call in. The
Yeah.
whistle.
Yeah, I'm ushering them in as I'm casting Invis and walking in myself.
Okay. The dogs come in and will attack kind of at random, I guess. 50% chance to go after each one. They both go after the big the big goblin.
All right. 14 and 4.
No, both misses.
Damn.
Where is the shaman?
He's standing to the side of the big goblin right now.
All right, I've got my eyes on him, but I'm in the room.
Okay. The goblin's turn. The large one takes a stab at Van Helsing again. Oh, wild miss. And the shaman, with no weapons in hand, comes over and reaches out to touch Van. Van, I think that
21.
gives you an opportunity attack. No, that's combat and tactics rules. I think. You get an opportunity attack against unarmed
I think if
melee?
I have a large weapon, okay, I don't know actually if that's combat and tactics or
I
not.
can't remember if it's combat and tactics or not.
Guys, can I just take 2 minutes and I'll be right back?
Yeah.
Sure. Touch AC is still 21, right?
No, touch AC is only takes into account Dex and Shield.
Really?
Yeah. Where are attacks of opportunity? I don't see them in the player's handbook. Are the attacks of opportunity not a player's handbook rule?
We might have just been using them. We might have been house ruling from the very beginning.
No, tell me that's not true. Tell me attacks of opportunity are a core book rule.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in like fleeing from combat that if you run away from a combat outright, then they can attack you. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking right now. Oh, touch spells in combat. I'm looking at that as well. Oh, no. Spellcaster. So for unwilling targets, spellcaster must make a successful attack roll for the spell to have any effect. Wizard or priest calculates his 2-hit number normally according to armor class and other protections.
I missed
Sorry,
that
hold on.
when someone was sitting down. Can you say it again?
The spellcaster must make a successful attack roll for the spell to have any effect. The wizard or priest calculates his 2-hit number normally according to the intended victim's armor class and other protections.
Really?
Yeah. I think he
So
has to
with-
like actually touch flesh is why that is. I think he has to like get past the metal armor and actually touch me. Like I would see if he was doing heat metal or something, I could understand that.
Wait, you're saying that he still needs to beat your AC to touch attack you?
Yes.
That is right.
Well, I don't
In fact-
see opportunity
in fact,
attacks anywhere in these books. I think opportunity attacks are a combat and tactics option.
Let's keep them limited to when somebody flees from combat
Yeah.
for now, and then we can look it up after this session.
Yeah.
Sure.
It makes sense to keep them in anyway since we're house ruling some stuff now.
Yeah. All right. So let's. Well, he makes his attack roll against you. Oh shit! That's
Yeah,
not
so
going to
we
be
can get
nearly as
21.
effective as he'd hoped. Oh, it's on the edge. No, that is a miss.
All right.
He misses you.
Cool.
Initiative.
Does it still burn the spell when you miss a touch?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think you touch and cast at the same time.
Okay. Then I think. Oh, it's AC 10 if it's a willing target in combat. So if the target is willing and you're in combat, you have to roll AC 10.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, it's.
Wait,
I'm not
where,
sure.
what
what's
rule is that?
Well, because it'd be like you're holding your hand out, right?
Yeah. It's under, if you go to combat, there's touch spells and combat is one of the sections. I'm reading this on Purple Worm, so I can't give you a page number.
I need initiative from you guys.
Sure. I think you did it last time, Nick?
Yeah, I did.
7.
The goblins go first.
Sure.
Quickly gonna scan that article. Attack. Combat, right? Combat. Touch. Which spells 131. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, cool. The big goblin takes a stab at you, the hobgoblin chief. The goblin chief, we'll just call him right now. God, stop rolling on the edge.
Neil, I would argue that we're in bright light here and they'd get a -1.
You're using a light spell, right?
Well, I guess that's what it is, you know.
Oh no, it's a continual light spell.
Yeah.
Yes, that would give him penalty of 1 to hit. Good call. Van Helsing, what is your armor class right now?
21.
Oh, that bright light saved you.
Oh!
Yes.
Barely misses.
Nice.
The priest shaman goes to touch one of the dogs.
Oh, that fucker.
What is your dog's
18.
AC?
18.
18? He touches one of the dogs.
Damn it.
No! Which one, Neil? Which one?
He touches Wolf.
Oh, no.
Wolf
No.
takes 9 points of damage
He's alive.
Oh, he's still alive.
as his fur and flesh begins to wither. I'm going to need you to make a morale check for Wolf. That is 2d10. You want to roll low? Let me tell you what your number that you want to roll lower than is.
It is a loyal guard dog.
Yeah, so he's using... we'll give him morale 9. And then he's been taken below half HP, is like -2. By magic is like another -2, so he needs like a 5 or better? A 5 or lower?
5 or lower.
That's really bad.
Yes!
Oh my god!
Alright, he braves it.
Alright, hopefully he survives.
Yeah.
He's engaged in melee with the same goblin, so I could heal him without breaking this melee engagement, right?
You'd have to roll against AC 10.
Yeah, but that's just AC 10. I have +2 to hit as well.
Yeah.
Plus I had back attack.
I guess so.
That actually should have been -6, because he lost more than 50% of his HP.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you still have past a -6?
What does he need?
3.
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's -6. -4 for 50%, -2 for spellcaster.
Alright,
Okay.
that's fine.
Alright,
It's
so
probably better.
he
Go super
breaks.
takes away.
Which way does he
And
run?
runs away back down the entrance, yipping
Okay.
and whining.
That's fine. We can heal him afterwards.
I hope he sticks around.
He won't. He's not gonna like leave forever.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Okay. Initiative,
So-
right? Right.
Yeah. Oh, no,
Does-
we haven't gone yet. They won, so we haven't
It's
gone.
your turn then.
Neil, does the goblin shaman look wounded?
No, he hasn't been injured yet.
No, I magic missile him.
Oh shit. Right. Yes,
He
he
took 11
is
damage.
wounded. Yes.
Like, how badly wounded?
Moderately.
Okay. Fuck. I don't know if I can do anything,
Is there a
sure.
bloodied system in second?
There is not. But he's clearly limping and is leaking blood from 3
I wouldn't
orifices on
worry
his
about
body.
it. I would wait, so he ran into melee range with a dog who was in melee with the target I was fighting. So is he melee range for me?
Close enough that you could pivot to him, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
I already rolled my D100, so I have my action. 18.
Hit.
Oh, boom.
3 damage, not great.
You wound him badly. He is not doing too well.
Alright.
Initiative.
Okay. No, dogs and me.
Dog's initiative.
Dogs attack, you mean? So it's only one dog left.
Yeah, just bear.
Is he attacking he's attacking the hobgoblin shit, the chief, right?
Yeah.
12?
Nope.
Alright. Can I be, like, far away on the other side of the
Yes.
room? I've dropped the staff in the middle of the room.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and... no, it's into melee, isn't it?
Excuse me?
I was thinking I'm gonna sling the shaman, but it's like a swelling
So-
melee, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, there's a large goblin, and he'd be back attacking them, right? So he'd have to go, like, literally past them to hit us. So I feel like he'd have a bonus.
Malachi is behind you.
I thought he went
I'm
into
in
the
the
room. He cast invisibility and snuck into the room during the fight.
Oh. Okay, so you could have walked around behind them. Yeah.
Yeah. So he would have back attack on them, so he'd be more likely to hit them than us. Like, I know he could
firing
still hit
into
us.
melee rules, that
Yeah, it
doesn't seem
doesn't
to
work well.
count. But I will say this goblin is size medium instead of size small, giving you a 50-50 chance. Because he's 5 feet tall, which is pretty big.
But I could hit the shaman as well, couldn't I?
The shaman's a little bit off to the side. He made his touch attack and backed up.
Oh, so can I attack him?
Yeah, without any
Yeah, he's kind of melee.
guaranteed attack against the shaman.
I'll sling attack him then. Right, what
Good.
kind of bonuses do I get coming out of...
You get 2
Invisibility.
for back attack, and that's pretty much it.
Surprise.
No,
Something
he's
you-
aware that there's danger around here. It's normal back attack.
Yeah, but I'm invisible.
But you're invisible if you're behind him anyway.
Wait, I think he gets automatic surprise.
But you're already in combat. You don't. No surprise for being in combat. Whether you're invisible or visible, if you're behind a person, they can't see you, and that's what the +2's about.
All right, whatever. I'll sling him. Come on, big money. Yes,
Hits.
the fucking sling. 3 damage.
You crack him in the back of the neck, and he crumples to the ground.
Been so long.
Sling kills everything.
Oh yeah, somebody's saying you always get +4 to hit out of invis. That is true, actually.
We'll check that later. But
But whatever.
I don't know
He's
if that's
dead.
true.
All right, I just hope now that the hobgoblin doesn't turn around and like fucking charge me down. Right.
Initiative.
Yeah, Nick, you roll it.
+4 to attack out of invisibility is probably 5th edition thing. It's not in 2nd edition rules. I just checked.
Did you roll for bear, Nick?
Yeah, I missed you.
Okay.
7.
They go first. Or
He
it
goes
goes
first.
first, yeah. He turns his attentions to Bear, realizing Van's
Fine.
maybe a little tough.
Hey, bear's pretty tough too.
There's still bright light in the room,
Yeah.
so that's still a hit, though. He stabs Bear with his short sword.
Against AC 18, right? Just checking.
Yep. Exactly
All right.
against AC 18.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He does get the +1 for steel, so it does balance out with the bright light.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have armor. Oh, yeah, he does.
Bear's
He
got
does, he
armor.
does. Yeah.
Oh, he only does 2 damage to Bear.
Bear's fine. He's got
Bear's
14.
fine.
All right. I'll go and roll my D100. I do nothing.
Fail.
Nothing.
All right.
Malachi?
Bear attacks him. Come on. 20.
Hit!
This guy hasn't been hit yet, has he?
Nope.
5.
Ooh, now he has. Bear rips into him nastily. He looks surprisingly wounded for his size.
Okay. Nick, take your attack, man.
No, I'm not gonna attack. I've got more chance of hitting
Yeah,
you guys
because
than I
you'd
do.
hit Bear or Van at that point.
Yeah.
Alright, initiative.
Alright. 1.
Yes.
Alright, you guys go first. He's huffing, he's puffing. It's been like
I'm
5
attack-
or 10 minutes of fighting underground now.
Well, D20 plus 2.
I am terrible.
Wild miss.
Bear. 12.
Nope. Alright. Hobgoblin takes another stab at Bear. Oh. Misses. Hitting the ground. I think at this point, you've all been fighting for a while here, and the goblin grunts at you, saying, "Give up! Go home!"
You're in no position to be making demands.
Initiative.
Do we have a word to get the dogs to like heal, to like back away from something?
Heal.
I
Okay.
mean, I could heal Bear, but I feel like we might need him, right?
I really want to fight this guy.
All right. If you start shouting heal, then I'll start shouting it.
All right. Yeah, I shout heal, and I say, "Let me finish this coward on my own."
All right. Initiative 10. Guess he goes first.
He goes first. Bear's still there for the time being, so he stabs at Bear again. And misses.
Okay. I'll try and heal him back, Neil, but I don't know if he actually will.
Give me a...
Wait,
let's do
would he
a
get an
morale
attack of
check
opportunity?
for him.
You can back away from combat as like your action.
Okay. What do you want me to do? A morale check?
Yeah, he needs a 8 or lower. I'm sorry, a 9 or lower to obey your commands.
Nope.
Nope, he's in bloodlust mode.
Okay.
All right.
And
I'll roll his attack. 8.
Nope.
I'm attacking. Jesus Christ.
Initiative again.
Who did it last?
No, whatever. 6.
He goes first and says, this time around, cease this senseless violence, and I will tell you what you need to know. As he takes a stab at Bear and misses.
Maybe I shout to Van. Maybe we could use him against Carrick.
Yes, I will give you everything you need against Carrick, but give up.
It'll be you that's giving up.
Nonsense, this is my home.
Well, I mean, you're the one finding him, but
It's not Carrick, though.
yeah, I don't know. Don't know what he could really tell us.
It's your turn,
I
Van.
don't. I think this guy
Yes.
is bluffing. Van thinks this guy is just bluffing.
It's you're the one
Like,
finding him.
he probably knows some shit about Carrick, but we know that shit about Carrick.
Yeah.
So
Been in his house.
yeah, I feel pretty confident that he can't tell us anything. Or I guess at least Van does. So I'm gonna make my D100. I don't do anything this round though.
9.
Okay. Goblin Chief hits Bear again.
Wait, do we have to do initiative?
Oh,
he
that's
didn't.
right. He already went this round. Damn it. All right, that's
do
fine.
that. 4.
Initiative. You guys go first.
Give me a hit for once. Oh wait, I have to do my D100 first.
Wait, is that spell still going?
Yeah, it's 20 rounds, dude.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my god.
20.
Hit! Bear grabs him,
Oh yes.
drags him to the ground, and rips his throat out.
All right. I say, Malachi, secure this room, and then I'm gonna run out and look for Wolf.
Well, I think I should do that. I run out as well.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave him there.
Yeah, then Bear comes with us, I guess.
We go looking for Wolf.
Yeah. And assuming we find him, I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds on him.
You don't see him when you exit.
Yeah, we're gonna look around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Where do you search?
I start just calling his name and whistling, and
Yeah.
we fan out.
I'll stay quiet because he is, like, I charm Bear, not Wolf, so.
Right. Bear follows you guys out after a bit. You guys start looking around. Eventually, when you're calling for him, you see standing over by the carriage, Jeeves, like, waving his hands in the air from, like, 1,000 yards or whatever.
He runs the carriage.
Wolf.
That's so sad.
Is he with you? And then, yeah.
It's 1,000 yards. It's too hard to hear, but, you know. Or maybe there's like
Okay.
a...
All right, we run up there.
Yeah, I'll run over and I'm just gonna keep
walk
throwing
up
heals
again.
at him until he's back at full. So D10 plus 1 first, 3 HP, D8, 1 HP. Oh, wow. Oh, he got a grand total of 6 HP.
So he's back up to 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Bear's all right, really. I'm all right. Right,
Doesn't
should
Wolf
we
have
go?
11 HP?
10.
10. Oh, my.
That was close.
Just my page.
Should we go and loot the goblin's burrow?
Yes.
Hey.
Does Wolf come back with us, or does he stay with Jeeves?
After the healing, he does come with you. He licks Van. Something awful, though.
You've made a friend there, though.
You're
That's good.
gonna smell like dog for a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be
He's-
oiling my armor tonight.
He is all over you.
Fine. We go into the burrow. Yeah, let's just start looting stuff. I want that steel short sword.
So you get back to the burrow, you find the steel short sword still intact in there.
It's got to be the rest of Carrick's gold, though, right?
Yeah.
Down here. There's got to be some wealth down here. So I pick up the staff and start looking around.
Alright. There are a few chambers here. The chambers look like there's a sleeping quarters. There's a that main common room. You notice there's all sorts of like food scraps now that you have time to look around, scattered all over the place, kind of rotting piles of grossness. Some chamber pots that have yet to be emptied. There's a storage room that's got what looks like the things that they've stolen from people. There's like pots, there's vases, there's big stacks of wheat and barley, all sorts of like commuter trades that have been taken. And you notice in the barracks room, the sleeping quarters, there is a large chest in the back.
All right. So is my unfailing premonition still on? It does last for 20 rounds.
I think we were like in combat for 10, 15 minutes, and then you went searching for bear, so I think it's probably done by now.
Okay. I guess what I'm going to do then, I'm going to poke the chest with the scimitar a little bit. I just want to make sure it's not going to like explode on me.
It does not explode when you poke it.
All right. Then with my armored hands, I try to open the chest.
The lid flips open, and inside is the wealth of the goblin raids. There's got to be hundreds of silver and copper in here, scores of gold, various small arms, daggers made of bronze and steel, some
Looks
gems,
like we have
some
something to put on the carriage.
rings, necklaces, that sort of thing.
Fantastic. Right, well, help me carry us out.
Sure. And we carry that out. Put
Sure.
the guy's steel short sword in with all that loot,
Okay.
and load it onto the carriage.
And I guess we head back to Thornwood.
Let's look over the thing. Did we explore the whole burrow?
Yeah, it's not that big.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
like 3 chambers and then the 2 exits that go to the
All right.
secret places.
So what I want to do then, I want to take the head of the big hobgoblin, or
Yeah.
not a hobgoblin, but the big goblin. I want to take the head of the shaman. I want to take the ears of all the others that we killed, and I want to stop by the other burrow as well. So I basically want to take a shitload of stuff. We're gonna get like 20 ears.
Yeah,
Oh,
20
years.
plus the 3 from the other. No, 5 from
We
the
killed
other.
8. We killed 8 at the
Nice.
burrow. 8 at the first burrow.
No, there were 8. You killed
7.
6 because you took 2 prisoner.
We only took 1 prisoner.
The first burrow you
took
took
2
2, and one of them went to jail.
No, we
went
took
to
2 prisoner from the wagon attack.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we killed everything except 1 at the first burrow. So that
Okay,
was 7.
so it's 7 and 20. So 27 ears
oh.
plus the 2 guards is 29 ears. Plus the
Yeah,
shaman
and then I
head
want-
and the big head.
Shaman head.
Okay.
And I want all that stuff. I want to take it back to the town.
Oh, it's the end of the goblin troubles at least.
Yeah.
I say as we're cutting off the ears of like the 27th goblin.
Yeah, so there's a lot of burned, gross ears,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
crispy.
We have a separate pack for that kind of stuff, I assume. And we just kind of stuff it all in there, and then we're gonna head back to Thornwood today.
Okay.
Maybe we should rest before we head back to Thornwood, just in case we get trapped or spidered on the way.
Sure. And then yeah, I guess we'll rest for the night. That works for me.
Right, it is about evening time. Where are you going to rest for night? Just on the carriage? Under the carriage?
Yeah, in the carriage.
I feel like near the goblin burrow is probably quite safe. In fact, even the goblin burrow itself might be the safest place for rest. Do you think?
Yeah, actually, let's go for that.
Yes, we pull the carriage up to the burrow and
While I close this window.
we'll sleep in there, Neil.
Okay. You guys pull the wagon nearby, and
Yeah,
that
someone
night,
can
while you
stay
guys
watch.
are resting, or as you're about to go to bed, you notice a trio of large scorpions, like 2 feet long, kind of crawling in the burrow.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I light. Do we have a torch? I think someone has a torch.
I did a long time ago.
Oh, I do have a torch. I have a torch.
Okay.
So I light the torch and I like wave it at them.
All right. They hiss.
Maybe we shouldn't sleep in here,
I've
though.
got whole poison, motherfuckers. Try it.
I think that's a failed morale check for them. They don't like the fire. They take it poorly, and they scatter on out.
All right.
They GTFO.
Let's take
Maybe we should-
watches.
Maybe we should sleep
I
in
still
the
think we
carriage.
should be the safest point. I think scorpions would still come toward us. Let's set the carriage up in front of the entrance, like literally block the entrance.
Yeah, but someone needs to keep watch on the carriage.
Just have the back. No, like literally have the back of the carriage parked up against the entrance, and then we can just go in through the carriage.
Yeah, but people need to watch though. Like someone might try and kill the horse or.
Good point. Okay, let's. Why don't we?
We've got a big tent. Let's just put the tent up outside
All right,
the.
sure. Yeah, fine. We need to take watches though if we're gonna be running into stuff. So
Yes.
make sure I can sleep because I've used basically all of my spells.
No, so have I. I've used everything. So we put the tent up
I
outside the
can
burrow.
nap you tomorrow morning though. So if you just pull an all-nighter, I'll let you sleep for an hour in the morning.
Okay.
Malachi takes all night shift. Give me a wisdom check,
Sorry.
Malachi.
Hang on. It won't have been 18 hours, so I won't be able to nap.
It will be tomorrow morning
What time did you nap? Around noon?
around noon. So we go back to like super early morning.
You napped from 3 to 4. So 12 hours would be 3 in the morning, and then another 6 hours would be 9 a.m. Yeah, so after 9 a.m. you can nap again.
Okay. You want me to make a wisdom check? I've got the dogs with me as well. Remember though, Neil, or sleeping near me.
Right.
But I failed my wisdom check.
Okay. I'll make dogs checks for you. The night
He
passes.
does have the daylight staff though.
Right. The night passes uneventfully anyway.
Okay.
I just like to screw with
Right.
you sometimes.
Yep. And I'll nap them.
Yeah, so I'll memorize my spells. Do I have to burn my spell slot for the nap, or since I'm casting it right in the morning, can I just rememorize that slot?
You can rememorize right away.
Okay.
And then you guys, I think, are going to spend a couple of hours memorizing spells.
Yeah, it's gonna take me.
It's gonna take me a few hours.
All right. But you can make it back to Thornwood in a day, so we don't have to calculate the exact time. You spent hours memorizing spells. Jeeves complains momentarily about the smell, but I think he gets shut down after that, probably.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Jeeves.
Yeah.
No.
Smells a lot worse than there's 23 goblins in here. I say, showing him the bag of ears. So he came with us to cut all the ears off them, so I guess he knows.
Yeah.
We probably had him cut all the ears off.
I don't think we're gonna get a huge bounty. I just kind of want it as proof. Like we literally just slaughtered a whole encampment.
Okay. You guys make your way back to Thornwood without any further encounters of goblins or beasts of any kind.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess we barge our way into the sheriff's office. You know, nod my cap to the guard on the door.
But before we leave, could I cast that one thought collection spell?
Sure. Where do you cast it?
I want to cast it inside the cave. I want to see if I can get any interesting
thoughts
memories.
of the goblins dying to a stinking cloud spell.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was half expecting that.
Yeah,
And
that is
I'm
the most
happy
recent
that was the result.
and strongest emotion in this cave is, what is this smell? Oh my god, we're all gonna die!
Okay, I half expected that. I'm okay with that outcome.
Yeah. But you guys make it back to Thornwood. As you come through the gates, the person on guard duty recognizes your carriage, recognizes Jeeves, sees you guys coming back in, and just starts right in with questions. So, did you find any goblins out there?
We slaughtered 2 encampments.
No
We
shit,
showed them.
really?
Yep, we killed a goblin cleric, a giant goblin fighter, and 27 others.
Well, that ought to be worth something.
Yep, those were. I can give the sheriff some information too about what's been going on with those goblin attacks.
Yeah. Well, good job, guys. Gives your wagon a pat. Head on in.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, just get head on in.
As you guys get in, Jeeves tells you that these horses, the horse, was not really used to this sort of treatment and hasn't been getting some good food, so he wants to take the horse somewhere to rest it and feed it, and politely asks if we can stick around in town for a day to give the horse a break.
Indeed. I think this is well deserved, Jeeves.
Yep, we can spend a few days in town.
Today is Wednesday the 22nd. Okay, get in.
I want to go up to the sheriff, like pretty much straight there.
Right.
And
The
just kind of
interim
keep-
sheriff, which he reminds
Yeah.
you every time you say the word sheriff.
Yeah. Van continues to say sheriff anyways. I want this guy to understand his fate. He needs to come to terms with it. And yeah, I think he just debriefs him on everything that happened. He tells them that Carrick was the one who was hiring these goblins. He paid them gold to just attack people on the road.
And how you know about that?
We questioned one of the goblins that we captured. He spoke common. He mentioned Carrick without us mentioning the name, so I have no reason to believe he's lying. And I kind of like show him the 27 goblin ears, and I also pull out the 2 goblin heads.
He nods
I tell him the whole
appreciatively.
story. Yeah,
He chips you out 3 gold pieces.
that's fine. I figured it was going to be fuck all for payment. So I tell him that we slaughtered the encampments, and I also sent one back to the north into the whatever the fuck they're called, the hills.
Doggy
and
Hills.
I told him to tell his people that if they continue to raid the roads, we'll travel up north and slaughter a lot of them too.
Well, that's mighty fine of you boys. Well done.
Yeah.
Make sure you tell the Countess.
Oh, believe me, she'll be seeing them, and unless you need these heads for some weird wizard stuff, I'll be taking them to her as well.
Not at
Well,
all.
I had a few things in mind, but you can have them.
Right.
It was interesting. One of the goblins was a cleric. I recognized the magic he cast. Do you know anything about this? Do you know who I should talk to? I've never heard of goblins being able to
Goblins
cast
and
magic.
Well, I presume if humans can be twisted to cast magic, why couldn't goblins?
Did we
I don't
recognize
know
it?
much about it myself in particular, though.
Did we recognize its holy symbol, Neil?
You did not see a holy symbol.
Yeah, I think it's a shaman.
Cool.
You ought to talk to one of them wizards about that. Maybe your friend over there.
Tell you
Sure.
what, I'll speak to what's the name of the Countess's wizard?
Ramdal the Transmuter.
Randall. Maybe I'll
Ramdal with an M.
Ramdall. My
Yeah.
apologies. Maybe well, when you speak to the Countess, could you mention that I'd like to speak with him?
Well, you can go talk to her yourself. I'm the
All right.
interim sheriff here, not a messenger boy.
Well, could you at least tell her or arrange a meeting for me, or tell her that I'll be coming?
Well, I'll give her the names of the two of you if you give me your names, and you can see to your own meetings. I got real shit to do.
Sure, I'm
right.
Van Helsing, a cleric of Shirebrook.
Nice to meet you, Van Helsing. Father
My name's
Van
M-
Helsing.
My name is Malachi.
Nice to meet you too, Malachi.
He specifies Father Van Helsing. I say, don't mention it. Sheriff, what's your name?
Interim Sheriff Bob.
Interim sheriff, thank you much. Interim Sheriff Thornton.
Well, interim Sheriff Thornton. Have a pleasant day. Good luck with the rest of the peasants out there.
Now, it's not the way I would expect a holy man to be speaking. Talking, referring to everyone as peasants. Why can't they just be people? Why you gotta bring social class into this?
Isn't it called the peasant class?
Well, maybe,
What's it
but
called?
why you gotta start bringing
I'm
class?
asking out of character.
Oh.
If it was,
Yeah,
if
no.
it was, if they were called commoners instead of peasants, I would probably say commoners.
Peasants, commoners, it's all the same. They're interchangeable.
This guy's just being an ass. This guy's a bit of a fucker.
Yeah.
What? Look,
Um,
why you gotta bring class into this, huh? Why can't we all just be people?
Look, give him a break, all right? It's been a hard few days.
Give him a break. Give me a break. You know how hard this job is? Coming in talking about fences and goat stealing and pigeon shitting on my roof. You think I got time to deal with this crap too? By the way, I'm a member of the peasant class, jackass.
Wow. Well,
Well,
nice to speak to you.
yeah.
Peasant and proud, man. Peasant and proud.
And look how far you've come.
Van Helsing doesn't say anything to that, but he like looks down and you can see him like fighting to conceal a laugh. And then he just says, "Have a good day, Sheriff Thornton." And then he just walks out the door.
Yeah, I'll walk out as well after that. Zinger. Sick ban.
Alright, you guys leave. I guess we can end here, unless there's
Yeah,
anything in
we
particular you
want
guys want
to.
to do.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
count
we-
the treasure that we got in the carriage.
Let's see, there is 150 copper.
All
Should
right.
we just give that to the... Mind you give that to the church, Van?
Yeah, we'll give the copper to the church and the silver probably too, depending on how much there is.
There is 87 silver.
Yeah, we can just give that to the church.
Yeah.
There's 150 gold.
All right. We pocket
Split.
that.
There is a silver steel dagger.
All right, let me actually write these things down.
You can... Yeah, you keep the weapons.
All right, so steel dagger.
There's like 4 bronze daggers if you want them.
Nah, they're not worth much. Can we just convert those to gold? That'd be 152 because you saw them at half.
4 steel daggers would be 8 gold. 4
Bronze.
Gold? Bronze.
Bronze.
Yeah. So either 2 gold each. So
Yeah.
4 gold for
Malachi, you have a
bronze.
better dagger, right?
Yeah, I've got a mithril dagger.
Okay, then we convert the steel dagger too, which is 5 times the price.
Yes. So instead
So,
of 10
9.
gold, it's 5 gold.
Okay, so then it's
5 and 4 is 9 gold total. Yeah.
yeah, so 159 gold
Yeah.
total so far. Anything
Okay,
else?
you take the flat.
There was some jewelry in there that looks like it was taken from commoners. Not very
The-
valuable. You
Okay.
estimate there's probably like 30 gold worth of jewelry, which you can convert to cash if you want.
Maybe we should give that back to the church and see
I'll-
if any of the family
Yeah,
members...
I'll offer half of it to Malachi, and then I'll just give the other half to like people around the town.
How much is that? 15? Another 15?
Yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, so you
If
get 15
take-
on top of. I'm gonna split the 159 too.
You've got
Yeah.
some time tomorrow to go around and convert that to gold.
Okay, so
Nice, that worked out
you
quite
take
well.
80. Or okay, I'm gonna take 80 since I gave you the extra 15, so you get 79 plus 15, and then I'll take the
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, 94. I did it upright.
Right.
Great.
And
Well,
let's say
I
you
think-
spent the day of the 22nd caring for the horses, doing this thing, is sort of like resting in town.
Well, I wanna speak to the Countess if I can, but we can do that next time.
I think we're gonna do that
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Cool.
So next week is we're gonna be playing on Friday, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know yet. Actually, I will find out as soon as I can. So I thought it was all gonna be fine, and then they were like, these finals are on the last day of the course, which I assumed was Thursday because that's when they usually go to. But the class is technically listed as going until the 29th. So I'm not sure anymore.
Well, I think I can play Saturday next week if I have to.
I will let you know on Monday.
Okay.
I can get it all on Monday.
So hopefully we'll be playing on the 29th. If not, we'll update you guys then.
Yep.
Let's do some experience. I almost forgot about that.
We got a lot done
Oh,
this
I
week.
wouldn't have.
Let's see. You killed a lot of goblins.
27 goblins, and then also the actual tough ones.
Right.
I'm gonna start writing down
Oh,
spells.
27 plus the ones that attack the wagon.
Yeah, I got all the goblins there.
There was only 3 combats, wasn't there? There was the attack on the carriage, the first burrow, and the second burrow. That's right, isn't it? There was no more fighting.
Fireball and 2 stinking clouds. And I think there were 2 magic missiles.
Well, I'm gonna work out what I cast in each fight, but it was only those 3 fights, right?
Yeah.
I'll start adding up my spell levels for you, Neil.
Okay. Let's see.
3,
Figuring
6.
out about the goblins and wiping them out. So, combat and quest experience. Is there anything else in there? A lot done, but it was all low-level stuff. So each of you get 580 from combat and quest.
Okay, before you say low level, I want to... Like, there were goblins, which are low level, but there were like 27 of them.
Yes. Yes. But
Okay.
you also took out most of them with a single fireball spell.
Alright.
Sounds like good wizarding to me.
And simple arithmetic adds all that up. So, 580 for each of you for combat and quest, and then we'll do individual.
I got 17 spell levels cast.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Do I get the invis that I cast in the combat nail or not?
Yes.
Okay.
So 17 spell levels is 850 experience.
Okay.
What did that? What was that? What was my last spell? A shield here. What's that? Twice.
Player has a clever idea. Whose idea was it to hang out in the carriage and hide from the goblins?
That was mine, I think.
All right,
I
mark
think-
100 for that.
Hold on.
You got behind it though, Van, to be fair. But I had the idea when we were talking to the guard and I
Oh
said,
yeah, you mentioned about us both riding in the carriage.
yeah.
Player has an idea that saves the party. No. You both role player characters well. Mark 200 for that. Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
How much for the recap at the beginning?
100. And I think that's that. And
So you
doesn't
tell
know
me-
what spell levels.
780 XP for all of that? Seems a little bit light.
For
but,
all of what?
You know, clearing out all of the goblins from the Ashlands and killing the goblin chief, and
It
I
was
don't-
780.
No, it was like 5 something.
just 580 and then 200 for the
Oh,
role playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we are playing by base 2e rules. Goblins give 15 experience each. Chief goblins give 35 experience each. So, not a lot.
So that'd be 15
Oh, I forgot the
times.
shaman, because they didn't have shaman experience in there. Why don't we say each of you mark another 250 for the shaman?
Okay.
He had a couple
So what
of
was
spells
the-
in there.
What was the quest XP there, Neil? Because 27 goblins is 400. Oh, it's between two, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark.
We also kind of dethroned some of Carrick's operations over here in Shirebrook territory.
Yep, it's part of the quest XP.
All right. I'm gonna stop. I'll let you have it.
It says the people who walk away from every battle unscathed, kill the troll without it getting an attack in.
Hey, I almost died this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I almost died, but
Yeah.
I did. This time.
Sunscorch is a bitch. If you were undead, you would have taken another 3 points of damage.
Oh, it killed me.
level.
Just about. Oh, good. That's all I'm worried about.
Malachite, how many spell levels did you cast?
18.
8.
I'll read them. I'll read them out to you, right?
That's fine. I trust you. That's 900 experience.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think it was only 17. I thought sleep is a 2, but it's a 1.
Okay, so 850 experience.
I think we cast the same number of spell levels.
Yeah, I think so.
I made a concerted effort to cast more spells this session because I kept casting very few and being conservative.
All right, Sean, you said
I
you
leveled.
leveled?
Yeah.
Give
Very
us a
narrowly,
D8 for your HP.
D8 plus 1 for that con bonus.
Yes.
9.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, God. So that puts me up to 35 for my max HP.
That's awesome.
It does. Does your to hit go up yet?
Yes, I get another plus 2 to
Oh
my
wow.
Thaco.
That's 4 Thaco now.
Yeah.
That's great.
Level 6, it's 3 every 2.
It's 2 every 3.
2 every 3.
Pretty sure
2
it's at
would be
6.
sweet.
You can double check.
Yeah. I think it goes, I don't know.
Would be it.
That goes
I
always
mean, what's
weird.
It would be at 7
I'm
then.
getting the...
Yeah, it's at 7.
It's 7 or you...
It's at 7, yeah.
Sorry, Sean.
Fuck this. Alright, I guess I'll just wait until I hit level... Okay, I do get an extra 3rd level spell, so I do have that.
Yeah. Add 9 HP.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you get new saves?
I might have. I know... I was pretty sure something updated at level 6. I'm gonna check right now.
No saves.
Shitting me?
Well, there's always next level.
In forever... let me see how much I need to get to next level. Classes... priest... Experience levels. I need to get 55,000 for my next level.
Yep, your saves are still 9, 13, 12, 15, 14. Nick gets new saves at 6th level.
Yeah.
My saves are all around better than his, though, so it's
I
fine.
still need another almost 8,000 XP though.
Really? What are you
Yeah.
at?
32,064.
Do you go up to 80,000 for level 7?
I think it's 90. No, I think it's another 20 again. I think it's 60.
Really?
60 and 90. Yeah.
The scaling's
Okay,
weird.
so that's... Yeah, scaling is weird.
That's
For... I'm looking at the wrong thing. For wizard, experience levels... For 7, it's 60, yeah. So you're actually about on par with me for getting to 7.
Really?
I need
Wow.
55,000.
Oh,
And
dear.
then start leveling faster than me, and I'll be crying in a corner.
I'm gonna have to kill every goblin in the fucking world to level up.
Oh, I think at this point you got to start doing things that are bigger than goblins.
Yeah, well, we're going after Carrick next time, I think, right?
Yeah, I really want to kill him. I really want to get that scimitar, but more importantly, dispense justice.
I want him to know that we brought him down.
Yeah.
Did you post that gif of the dog, Neil?
Yeah,
In the
that's
chat?
Baron
fucking
Wolf.
sweet. That's badass.
Yeah.
They're bigger than him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Being attacked by dogs is a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Look at that. Fucking hell.
All right.
Especially with metal armor, how much would they weigh? It must weigh an absolute shitload.
It's got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I imagine. I love the imagery of that one goblin successfully shooting you in the thigh, and he's like, "Yes!" And then you release the dogs, and he just sees 2 dogs just bearing down on him.
I don't even see the goblin. There's just a cloud of red mist from outside the bush.
Laben's flying all over the place.
You hear a scream, but then it turns to gurgles really fast.
That's it for Hardcore Heroes this week, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks,
we'll
chat.
see you guys hopefully next Friday. If not,
Fanny,
I'll update y'all.
Fanny, you gonna post a Reddit thread?
Yeah, I'll put that up right now.
Great, cool. See you,
All right.
everybody.
Bye-bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.